time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. Hello everyone. Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart wrote the song She for the Monkees. Recording started in mid-August of 1966 and finalized at the end of August of 1966 with Micky Dolenz doing the main vocals. It included Peter Tork and Davy Jones along with Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart on the backing vocals. Plus, there was a group of studio musicians doing the instrumental track, as normal for the early Monkees tunes. The song was produced by Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart as well. After the recording, it was kind of put in the can. Was not used. Well, there's another rocker by the name of Del Shannon. He was born Charles Whedon Westover in 1934 in Coopersville, Michigan. He changed his name to Del Shannon in 1960 and had a list of big hits in the early 60s. By 1966, he was kind of a has-been, and he wanted to make a comeback. So Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart said, hey, why don't we use the song She and produce it with Del Shannon, which they did in November of 1966. The song was then released in December of 1966. It didn't do well. It only got to 131 on Billboard's HOT 100 singles chart. Several weeks later, the album More of the Monkees was released in January of 1967. It was a monster hit. I remember my brother bought the album, and I couldn't stop playing it. I love that album, but I particularly liked the song She. I played that over and over and over. The Monkees did not release She as a single, so Del Shannon had the top point on that one. He had the single. The Monkees didn't have the single, though it had quite a bit of radio play because it was the Monkees and they were so hot in 1967. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I've never heard the Del Shannon version, and like I said, the Monkees version I love and have heard way too many times probably. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to play the Monkees version, seeing it was recorded first, though it was released after the Del Shannon version, and then play the Del Shannon version and compare the two. So here we go with the Monkees doing the Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart song She from their album More of the Monkees.
From the start, she said she'd never hurt me, but then she turned around and broke my heart. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey. She only did me wrong. Hey. I'm better off alone.
Okay, just stop it right here. Great pop tune. Just a great pop tune. Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart were so fantastic with the Monkees. They've written so many great songs and produced so many great songs with the Monkees, either with the vocalists and studio musicians or the group themselves. And this is just another one of those great songs. I don't understand why it was never released as a single. I think this could easily have been a number one hit single again for the Monkees in 1967. Like I said, it got radio play because it was the Monkees, but it didn't get a chart point on Billboard's HOT 100 singles chart. The other side of this is I love Micky Dolenz vocals. When I was younger and I heard this album, I really didn't know who was singing what. And I always thought Davy Jones did most of the vocals. Well, now that I'm a little bit older and I have a lot of the Monkees, in fact, I have just about everything the Monkees have put out, Micky Dolenz did quite a bit of the vocals, and he's got such a cool voice. He's got a great rock and roll voice. And he's still going today. I mean, the guy's still touring today. I saw him twice in the last 5 years on stage, and he's just remarkable. He still has that great voice he had when he was young. Let's keep on going.
I'm better off alone. She devoured all my sweet love, took all I had and then she fed me dirt. She laughed when I was crying. It was such a joke to see the way it hurt. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey! She only did me wrong. Hey! I'm better off alone. And now I know just why she keeps me hanging around. She needs someone to walk on, so her feet don't touch the ground. Don't touch the ground. But I love her. I need her. I want her. Yeah.
Okay, I love that part of the song. I think that really highlights what Micky Dolenz can do on vocals. When he goes into that last portion of the middle eight there, that was awesome. And then if you listen, the backing vocals are so smooth. I mean, there's some really great harmony between Tommy Boyce, Bobby Hart, Peter Tork, and Davy Jones. It's just so smooth, and it's amazing because they all have very unique voices, but they meld so well together. Let's keep on going. I'm going to take it back a little bit to where Micky Dolenz does that singing in the middle eight.
So her feet don't touch the ground. Don't touch the ground.
Right here.
But I love her. I need her. I want her. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey! She only did me wrong now. Hey! I'm better off alone. Why am I missing her? I should be kissing her. Why am I missing her?
Ah, great song. Always love that song. I think that's one. It's not the best Monkees tune. There's a couple of tunes I think I like better, but from that album, that is just a dynamite track. And I always loved the instrumental break with the organ. You know, we didn't have the guitar. It was an organ, and we got Peter Tork playing organ. At least in the video here, he didn't play it on a particular track. And then you have that tambourine very, very loud. You always had to have the tambourine in there so Davy Jones had something to play. That's always classic as well. So it's just a great pop tune, and Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart were just so fantastic at writing pop tunes for the Monkees. And then later on, they had a brilliant I don't want to say solo career, duo career. We'll call it a duo career with Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, where they put out quite a number of hit records themselves in the later 60s. So this was the Monkees doing She. This is the first recording of that song. And the Del Shannon is the second recording of that song. Let's hear how Del produces, or Bobby Hart and Tommy Boyce produce Del Shannon on this same track. Here we go.
She She told me that she loved me, and like a fool I believed her from the start. She said she'd never hurt me, and she turned around and stuck a dagger in my heart. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey, she only did me wrong. Hey, I'm better off alone. She devoured all my.
Wow, that is really different. That is so different from the production on the Monkees. This is a much dirtier sounding, more gritty, almost kind of punkish. That little bit of feedback in the beginning of the song, and then the guitar comes in, the lead guitar comes in, a little bit of reminiscent of the Beatles' "I Feel Fine." Really different. The vocal structure is totally different on this. The refrain, where the harmony vocals come in, that's different. The whole thing is like a whole new song for Del Shannon. It's kind of cool, and it kind of shows where rock was going at the end of 1966, going into 67. It's got a little bit of a psychedelic feel to it as well, and that was starting to take off in the music scene. So very, very different. And I do like how Del Shannon's singing it. It's kind of almost short, choppy verses, and I kind of think that's kind of cool, which was really big later on in the late 70s and the early 80s. So let's keep on going.
All I had, and then she fed me dirt. She laughed when I was crying. It was such a joke to see the way it hurt. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey, she only did me wrong. Hey, I'm better off alone. And now I know just why she keeps me hanging round. She needs someone to walk on, so her feet don't touch the ground. Don't touch the ground. But I love her, I need her, I want her, yeah, 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 she.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That same section that I played over by the Monkees with Micky Dolenz doing that. I love her, I need her, I need her. He does the same thing, and it's got that same feel to it. I like the way he presented it as well. I mean, this is like a whole new take on the song. I'm gonna take it back and do that again.
Walk on, so her feet don't touch the ground. Don't touch the ground. But I love her, I need her, I want her, yeah, 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 she. Girl, you really know how to turn a man inside out. Sometimes I wonder just how long I can stand around here and take it. Why am I standing here, missing her and wishing she were here? Hey, she only did me wrong. Yeah, right or wrong. Hey, I miss that girl. She was no good anyhow. I'm trying to get it off my mind. I just can't get it. I just can't get it off my.
Wow, that was very, very different from the Monkees' take on the song "She." It's almost got a soulful feel to it as well. I mean, there's so many different things going on in this song. At the end there, where he's just like crying out to her, it's got that real soul intensity to it. Like he's just tearing out his heart, and he's really wanting this woman back. And then you get into the instrumental break, which was again a keyboard. So Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart kept the keyboard as the instrument for the instrumental break, but then Del Shannon comes in and he's yelling things in there as well. This song has got so many little pieces to it. And if you listen to the bass almost seems to be unstructured in this song. I mean, it's just bouncing all over the place. And there's a couple of times where it kind of like stops and then starts up again. The bass guitar seemed to kind of give it a real jagged feel. The song kind of a jagged feel because it was just so bouncy in here. But a kind of a cool version. I can see where it probably didn't chart here in the United States, at least not real well. It got, like I said, to 131 on Billboard's Hot 100 singles chart, so it didn't crack the 100. I just don't think this was what people were listening to. In fact, I think this was a little ahead of its time. If this would have come out maybe a year or two later, he might have had a hit. Or if he would have released this in the late 70s during the new wave punk scene, it might have done real well as well. I just don't see this in December, January of 66 and 67, this being a big hit, just the way it's presented. But a kind of a cool song. I really like how he did it. How Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart reinterpreted the song for Del Shannon, and I'm sure Del Shannon had his little bit flavor put into it as well. But very different than the Monkees. I still love the Monkees version, though. I'm gonna say I still love the Monkees version. It'll be with me forever because that to me was the great track on the song. More of the Monkees. And Del Shannon, well, I got to hear this one a couple more times before I can really take it in and say, yeah, that's a great version too. I think it's different. I think it's unique. But again, like I say, I can see why it wasn't a big hit in December 66, January of 67. So there you have it. There's Del Shannon doing a cover version of She, and then the original version done by the Monkees in 1966, released in January of 67 on their album More of the Monkees. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this comparison of the Monkees and Del Shannon. If you did, hit that like button. That's the old thumbs up button. That'd be really appreciated. If you have any comments on the Monkees or Del Shannon doing the song She, hey, put in the comments below. That'd also be really appreciated. Now I'm going to take a link to both videos and put it into my description below. So if you want to watch the videos again without me interrupting them, hit that link, they'll open up and they'll play for you. I'm also going to put a link to the channels that uploaded those videos into YouTube, into my description below. So check out those channels. They may have some really cool stuff you want to watch. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, hey, why don't you do it right now? You got my video open. Go below my video, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be making me very happy. If you go over here and ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. I just thought this was kind of cool that the song She was covered by Del Shannon. I thought, hey, I've never heard it before. Let's compare the two. And it put a big smile on my face. So I'm hoping to put a big smile on your face. And peace out, baby.